Good morning, Franz. How you doing? We're back to Wark today. Incidentally, I don't have my Wark open. There we go. The Wark is open. Puma! Good morning. Fantasy was first today. Yeah, Puma does have cute dragon, because Puma is a cute dragon. Nakamatsu subscribed to Tier 1 for 19 months. Nakamatsu, welcome back to the islands. We're always happy to have you here. No, Necromancer's has always been a tier 1 sub as far as I know. Joanna says hello. Hi, Joanna. I saw you guys in the chat. And Meds, thank you for the med reminder, Neff. Just knocking all sorts of shit down here. I'm making sure. Everybody, it's time for your maracas. There we go. How's everybody today? Stay. Where's my pen? Here's my pen. Oh my god. Oh, there's that thing I've been looking for like 2 days. So my desk is a mess. Sleepy morning. You don't want to get ready for work? Join us for pepperoni painting then. Ever get your ADHD meds? Nope. But I'm going to have to. This right here's... I can't get any writing done. I don't know what the problem is. Well, I know what the problem is. The problem is ADHD. But, yeah. I'm struggling hard lately. I think I want some of this color in here. I mean, you say you're going to have to, but you're not the issue. The pharmacy not carrying the meds regularly is. Yep. Good morning, Ross. Yeah, it is kind of the fault of the pharmacy. This whole section right here is driving me crazy. First of all. Gesundheit Fantasy. Good morning, Roman. We're back to our regularly scheduled programming. I'm going to move this. That's better. My brother's trying to price out all my Pokemon cards. We're hoping to get a decent amount for them, but I'm going to take all that money and squirrel it away in an investment. And hopefully the investments will help pay for Conquest in the future. so I don't have to struggle so much with affording it. Part of what's bothering me is you wouldn't see this top edge where the bevel is. It will just cut off. Because perspective. Maybe a little bit of a shadow, but not much. And that's where all the shit was fucked up there. You might see a smidge of it in the corner. Okay. I think I have to flip this. Good luck. I'm going to get mine graded and then sell them. Well, the thing is, getting them graded costs a fair bit. And not all of them are actually worth grading. So you kind of gotta make choices on which ones you're gonna get graded. Let's fix this properly here. Oops. There'll be just a little bit of this pearl here. Let's just flat color it in, draw on the shapes. This is still too high. This bevel should be here, which means this pearl needs to shift down a bit. I'm concentrating really hard for some reason. would kind of stick out over the edge just a smidge. Because it wouldn't fold around. It wouldn't fold around the fabric. I hate this one so much. It's giving me a lot of trouble. I think I'm making it worse. Cookie is on a 25 stream streak. Cookie, thank you for sharing your time with us here each and every single day. Time is a limited resource, and you choose to share it here with us. I am honored, always. For some reason, you chose this place. There's not a lot of chaos that goes on here, but there is some. God, I hate everything about that one little thing there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna paint over it. And we're gonna completely redo it. We're gonna figure out what's wrong with this bullshit. First of all, we need the lighter red in there. I think I want to bring this out a little bit. That is not the color I wanted to select. Thank you. I'm going to soften up transitions here a little. I have been struck. You've been hit by. You've been struck by truck. Takes a deep breath. Say the amazing. Say the magical. No! Stop it! Make me lose my voice. If you're not careful, Mayor, silly town, wake him out. Oh, God. It's only allowed to come out on my birthday. Otherwise, he's banned. Cast to the Shadow Realm. Alright, this pearl, I'm just gonna erase it. And I'll redraw it afterwards. I can scare him away with loads of paperwork. He uses the paperwork as an excuse to not do other work. Maybe he's like Deemling, you can only scare him away with taxes. Taxes! Oh! Now the taxes, I'm scared. Thar is such an adorable character, though. Alright, we're going to bring up some of the fabric in front of this. So this thing no longer looks like it's floating on top of stuff. Which means we need to put a little bit of shadow in here. I really do hope that Dr. Franz brings Thar back for other events. Turns out that he's not going to Sturmwacht, though. I would love to go to Sturmwacht. Everybody else is talking about going to Sturmwacht, and I'm just like, nah. Sobs in Canadian dollars. The flight costs are extraordinary right now. Don't mind me making minor adjustments here. Oh, that's so much better. This one needs to not be so curvy. You're supposed to be straight here. I'm kind of not happy with this whole thing. What I'm gonna do? Make a copy of it, first of all. It's a cheese.
Julian woke up this morning and chose violence.
What? Oh, the baby next door?
Yeah.
What kind of violence?
Mother, please do not put me in the car seat. I do not like it.
But screaming?
Yeah. Just, it's been doing it for about 10 minutes.
Oh.
Or more.
Well, I've heard nothing because the windows are closed.
Should open them.
Is the AC off? Oh, that's good to know then. Jeez, coming to the rescue. Apparently the baby next door has been screaming.
Good luck. He's now driven away.
Excellent. Oh, there's Tesla wrapping around your legs. You should open the window next to him there. He'll like that.
You can copy along. This one for you.
He's like, but you've put it on my seat, therefore it must be for me. It's on my cat tree. It must be mine. Yeah, as much as I liked that little extra piece of jewelry there, I also didn't. It was detracting from the pepperoni. This is more elegant. I've never really drawn jewelry before in any capacity that matters. Like, yeah, I have scribbles on Nameless's design, but that's all they really are, scribbles. And so, doing actual painted jewelry from scratch is... My brain is like, I don't know what to do with this. Painting in all of these beautiful fabric folds.
You're being so affectionate. Oh,
Your cheese petting the cat. I am really enjoying painting this like velvet robe though. Like, oh my god.
oh my god.
Oh my god.
So if I was to go digging in the basement for your Pokemans.
Well, if you look in the Papa has a manifest of all the big boxes, but it's probably in the yellow tote.
Oh, a yellow tote? Okay. Oh, you mean they were left here? Oh, yeah, they
Yeah.
weren't they? Ooh.
There was no point in me bringing them to Waterloo. It's not like I was going to play Pokemon. How about only gems on the big bone to make it stand out more? Yeah, I'm thinking about that.
Tesla, where's your stick?
Don't knock over your coffee. Cheese is playing with the stick with the cat. Everybody loves Tesla in this house. My dad pretends to not love Tesla, but we all know the truth. You know what else I'm gonna do?
Have you not finished the dog yet?
What?
Have you not finished the dog yet?
No.
Rough.
LOL. Just making modifications on the fly, don't mind me. I think I need to... Let's center this a little better. It's gonna get messy before it gets clean.
Because the stick is attacking the chair.
What?
The stick.
Where's your stick? Cheese is distracting Tesla. At least with being able to save separate versions of this, I still have a layer with the bone as normal. You know what? don't even like the bone. The bones go away. But I'm assuming this tag right here, this pink tag, was a heart. And that's what I was trying to allude to previously. That's why there's pink hearts. Because her tag was a pink heart. Yep. Okay, that looks a bit better because it's not so, like, in your face. Conclapstar, thank you for the hydrate. So, I haven't told the story of my adventures on the flights yet, going to Germany. Dihydrate? Yeah, I nearly did. So, I was on a flight from Ottawa to Toronto, and then from Toronto to Frankfurt, and then from Frankfurt to Hanover. That was my flight schedule. And that flight schedule basically didn't happen. So I got on my flight from Ottawa to Toronto, and it was delayed by like half an hour. And I was like, okay, well, I've got an hour and a half layover. It's fine. Or almost a 2-hour layover. And we wait. We're late getting on, and then they're like, oh, because of all the delays in Toronto, we're not even allowed to take off until like this time. And that time is when my other flight's supposed to be leaving. Thankfully, we took off early and we pushed the plane really hard. And we got there and we landed just as my other plane was leaving. So I missed my connection flight to Germany. But they had rebooked me because they knew that I was going to be late on their fault. And the next flight was in several hours. I was like, okay, well, that's nice. I'm going to miss my connecting flight in Frankfurt now. And they only have flights in the morning and the evening. So I got to Frankfurt. And I had to wait until the evening flight. But before that, my flight in Ottawa to Frankfurt was supposed to get me to Frankfurt still on time for the morning flight. Except it was delayed too. I was supposed to get on that flight at, I was supposed to be on the 1640 flight. They put me on the 2130 flight, and we didn't take off until 2300 hours. My flight in Frankfurt was on time, but that was in the evening at 1540 or 1640, something like that. It was crazy. It was crazy. I didn't like it. Every time I fly, it's always fucked up bullshit like that, and I hate it. I hate it so much. So I'm like the cursed traveler. Never travel with me unless you want delays galore. I think I've only met one person more cursed than me, and that's Senko. Because before Conquest, his washing machine broke, and then it overflowed. And then after Conquest, his shower broke and overflowed. And apparently lightning also struck his garden bin and melted a bunch of stuff in it. There were photos. And I'm like, I don't think there was another human being more cursed than me. Maybe if you put us together in the same room, the curses will negate each other. We'll just cancel each other out. Oh, and I have another commission for a book cover, and it's a rush. It's a rush job. So, gotta get working on that today too. I'll after stream, I'm gonna look for the rest of my Pokemon cards in the basement, and then I'm gonna take some time today to work on that new book cover. Luckily, I don't have to do the back or the spine because it's an EPUB cover. It's gonna be saucy and suggestive. My wife might give you a run for your money every time I fly with her. We get stopped at security. It's happened in multiple countries. She got pulled off an international flight on the gangplank for extra straining after tickets. We think her name is on some list as someone else who did something messed up. Oh, Jesus. You might want to look into that. I always get pulled for extra screening too, but I'm just used to it at this point. I don't even pay attention. I'm like, why? Okay. Again, like, this is like the 5th time, alright. Maybe they don't like my internet history. I'm always bitching about stuff on the YouTube comments. They're like, oh, we gotta make sure she's not gonna, like, do something. I'm like, no, that's only if I go to America. I'll never set foot in that country. There's no chance. I would rather fly to the UK and go to Brandywine there. I'd spend the extra money to go to Brandywine overseas as opposed to on the same continent. You just plan extra time at security. I think I've flown once and didn't get issues with her getting pulled away for extra screening. That's weird. It's almost like they screen you once and then they keep doing it again. Because then you get put on a list. That's what I feel like happens. Okay, so, because I've shifted this, I need to shift this again. So this sits a bit lower. How much I have to move, that's crazy. Means I need to paint all this in again. This will become the best it can be. I refuse to let a half-assed product go out. Especially to Necromancer, of all people. Necromancer deserves the best work. Because he's awesome. Probably she even got the TSA pre-global traveler to get background check to try and help. It didn't. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's so vexing. Okay. I think I want to put a bit of a divot in here. Where the weight of this extraordinary gem sits. A little bit of the folds here. It always looks worse before it looks better. I just have to trust the process. So we want to make it look like it weighs something too. There'll be a little bit of a gold backing on this too. No stickles! There's no like stickles! Fantasy's a brat. She's just gonna do it more now. Never tell the chaos beast your weaknesses. I really like painting fabric, by the way. Can you tell? Would you rather have a snack? I could do snack. Give snacks. Send you a screenshot, DM me, or definitely me. That's the face that I'm making in that one photo. From Conquest. Posture check! Posture check! We haven't had a posture check in so long. Torta, hello! Posture check! Everybody on shrimp thine spines. Give yourself a little wave back and forth. Ooh, two bounced off of me that time. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Like seaweed in the ocean currents. And a hydrate too. Thank you. We made some changes to the dog. Mostly to the jewelry. The jewelry on the dog. The dog's jewelry. I want to get some more of this really bright. Perspective. It helps. Another hydrant from Necromancer. I need to get some of the really dark shadows in here for up inside the sleeves. God, I love painting. Thank you for commissioning me, because I really love painting. And I'm getting more confident with shadow. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done in here. I need to, in the collar area. I just need to go ham in here. I think the tubes in the collar is going to be the hardest part to get right. And the ruffles. But I like where the jewelry's going now. We're figuring it out. This one's going to be the harder one. I think I'm going to change the angle of it, so it's like it's being pushed up by the fabric. Maybe a little too extreme. For seeing it out of perspective, it's really hard to draw a 3D shape. We'll just have the fabric hide our sins. Yeah, there we go. Feels a little small. It's alright. It's alright. We'll fix it. We did a little bit too much hiding, I think. I'm once again, like, all over the place with this. Just slapdash a pearl in there. I wanted to make her face a little fluffier too. She's so cute. You can tell I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now. I always feel so much better after I come back from Conquest. Okie doke. I'm being raided! Tash Art!
Tash_Arts's boat just docked.
Hello, how you doing? Let me do this thing. Is this how you do it? Tash_Arts. Hello, how you doing? What were you doing? How did you find us? Why did you choose us? Oh, thank you, thank you. This is Necromancer's dog. The pepperoni. It's a memorial portrait for as a royal. We've made some major changes today. We're working on this a long time, but yeah, we've made some major changes. You love doggies? That's good. Dogs are good. I have a cat. I'm allergic to dogs, but I have a cat. He's adorable. But welcome, welcome. Hi, everybody. My name is Sayaka. I'm a Demora, descendant of the incubus, succubus demons. And I do art. Welcome to the 9 islands of the Demora Nation. Thank you for the raid, everybody. Welcome. First time chatters from Master Bajo, Tash Arts, Gabriel Eshbanvala. Thank you for coming by. I stream every day from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to about noon. We've been going for about an hour now. We're pretty calm here. Sometimes we get up to shenanigans. Thank you for the follow, Tash. I'll have
Tash_Arts is visiting the island.
I'll follow you back. There you go. It's always good to meet more artists. We just came back from a 3-week break. It was a very, very needed break. I'm a LARPer, so I went to Conquest of Mythodia in Germany. And that takes a whole week for me. A little bit more than a week, actually, because you gotta travel. And before that, I had to take the week off to finish my LARP kit. And by finish, I mean only get about half of it done. Do you have an art tax to share? You should be able to share links in my chat if clearly you're an artist. I'm assuming you were doing art. Yeah. So I only got about half my kit done. The other half will have to be for next year. I need to make some adjustments to some of the design work. And I got none of the embroidery done. That's going to take me the full year just to do the embroidery, probably. Hopefully next year it won't be blazingly hot. So just half of Germany was a tinderbox ready to just go up. We had to like put sand down around our fire pits and everything. It was hot. It was so hot. But luckily there was no humidity. The humidity would have made it death. Yeah. But we had to put like a meter of sand around. If you were a smoker, you had to like stand on a pile of sand. There were like paddocks in places. Ooh. Oh, very nice. A lot of Star Wars, I see. Star Wars fan? Very nice art. Very good. And people. Portraits. Portraits are really hard to do. The noses are impossible. It's your page? Yeah. Huge Star Wars fan. I could never really get into Star Wars. Like, I guess I like it as much as the average person likes Star Wars, but I'm more of a Star Trek person. I say I'm more of a fan of Star Trek than I am of Star Wars, but it's mostly just TNG because, you know, Patrick Stewart. Big fan of Patrick Stewart. I can't really think of anything mainstream that I'm, like, a huge fan of. Like, Final Fantasy VII is the closest thing. And even then, I found something that I love even more than that. I've just never been, like, a big media consumer, I guess. Like, I only got into Pokemon because my friends were into Pokemon, and now I'm selling my cards to hopefully, you know, turn the cardboard investment into a monetary investment. So that I can have a future. Because I certainly don't make a lot of money doing art. Most of my money just comes from Necromancer. I think he's AFK. He's probably in a meeting or something. But yeah. Faces are impossible to do. Getting the nose right is really, really hard. Like, I've got a piece for... I was doing a portrait of Alex Preddy earlier this year. I did some work on it yesterday. I just, like, basically painted in roughly the whole background. Most of the background will be blurred to the point where you can't see it very well, so it just needs to be sketched in. But I did a fair bit of work on this yesterday, adjusted his whole face. Now he looks more human. He looks more like himself. But the area around, like, the eyes and the nose are really hard to do. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good at photo replications. I'm painting a water lily for my mother. For my mother. I'm gonna enunciate my letters. The Ottawa tendency to just, like, merge all your sounds together. Eventually we'll just be speaking like blah, 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 blah. Be like the Irish. Or a Gaelic. You won't understand a goddamn word
is visiting the island.
Gabriel Eshbanvala. Gabriel, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the islands. We got lots of places to stay. We got beaches. We've got huts, mountains, volcanoes. Don't fall in those, please. It's ill-advised. But yeah, old work. And then this last one was the newest. When I started developing my painting style. So, this is like... What did I say this was? Was this 2014 or something? 2013. This one's 2013. which means this one's 2011. And this is this year. And this one, I can't remember when this one was. Oh, I started doing an overpaint on that one, so this is the original. And for fun, I was doing like telling people how I would fix this one, quote unquote. So this was the original, and that's what, before 2020, I think. Yeah, it was like 2017 or whatever. I don't know. It's old. But yeah, I do portraits. I have a commissions folder, the commissions that I've done this year. This one. Never mind my no AI thing there. This was my first time painting Tool, and I both loved and hated it because it was a lot of work, but it was worth it. Turned out so beautifully. I haven't gotten a chance to see the actual print, but I met this girl at Conquest this year. I think twice I've seen her now. But I painted it for her boyfriend as a gift to her. And then, they broke up before he gave it to her. I felt so bad. Thank you. I tend to get really quiet when I paint, so if I go silent, don't be alarmed. Oops, if I select the right brush. It takes me a long time to do anything, but usually, like, post-Conquest, I sort of find a groove that I was losing throughout the year, and things always end up doing pretty well after that. We were just working on this section here when you guys came in. So, yeah. I'm still developing my style. I've only been a full-time streamer for about a year and a quarter now. But I started like 6 years ago, initially, and then I dropped off. Am I using a tablet? Absolutely. It's an old Wacom from 2009, but it's an Intuos 4, and it works quite well. It's all you really need. You just need a pen and a tablet. It doesn't have to be a fancy, like, screen built-in Cintiq thing. But, yeah, this one, it's ancient, and it still works beautifully. I had a 3-year break. Yeah. Yeah, I struggled with, severe depression for a really long time, so I took a break from, like, 2010 till, recently. Aw, thank you. Well, if I see you on at some point, while I'm ending stream, I'll be sure to try and raid you back. I don't know how time zones work out, but, you know. We also have a Discord community. You're free to join, and if your Twitch account is linked with your Discord, then if you ever get subscribed, you should automatically have a role update for those. And we have a self-promo section where you can post your stuff. We have studio threads where you can post any work you finish. If you're working on like a long-term project, we have the workshops for people who have like one big project that they're working on. So like I have one for my LARP kit that I always fail to update. But they're there for people who want to use them. Looking up more dice. I would say don't you have enough, but there's never enough dice. Did you have like 1,200 dice? Yay! Well, you feel free to post like your Insta and stuff, or when you go live in the self promo channel, and hey, maybe you'll find some more clients, more friends. I'm all for helping other artists. If you want a big artist community, go to, hold on. These guys, Moko Made, they're really, really big on community stuff and uplifting other artists. So they have an absolutely massive community. I'm part of their team. Somehow. So I don't know what to do, but I'm part of their team. I gotta go sleep now as I stream longer than I should have. Oh, you're overseas, are you? You're across the pond, as they say. Well, if you ever like LARP, look up Conquest of Mythodia. Hold on. It's the world's largest fantasy LARP. Takes place in Germany. They have other smaller events throughout the year. JDS was apparently very muddy this year. But they have one called Sturmwacht in November, and it takes place at a castle, I think. Oh, you're in Australia. Oh, definitely a little far for you. We do have Australians that show up to Conquest. I'm from Canada, and I go all the way to Germany every year for Conquest. It's worth it. But God, the price. Oh God, the cost. Sobs in Canadian dollars. So I just wish Canada would join the EU so that we would just have the euro and be on par with Europe. That would be nice. Our values align more with Europe than they do with the US. But yeah, there are some Australians who go, maybe like meet new friends. I don't know if you're into LARP or not. It's my special interest. I'm just excited because I just got back from it. And even though like I didn't do a lot because mobility issues, I still had like the best year that I've ever had. It was mostly getting away from the YouTuber camp was a good idea. Thank God. I made so many friends this year. More friends. And like the guy who I painted that portrait of the girl for, like he drove all the way from the game site to Hanover Airport to pick me up because they found out that I gotten stranded and shit. But sorry, it's like 10 p.m. there, isn't it? Possibly 11 or later. You're literally in the opposite time zone to me, aren't you? I think you might be. Yeah, it's almost 11. Yeah. Get some sleep, man. It was nice to meet you, though. There's another Australian artist that I know. They're an Australian artist, and CJ Illustrate used to be their name. I don't know what it is now. They changed it. But yeah, another Australian artist. Meet more artists. Thank you for coming by, and thank you for trusting your community with me. We'll take good care of them. The beaches are safe. We take great care to make sure our shores are welcome to all. Always fun meeting people from around the world. Cool beans, cool beans. Yeah, we have a long and sordid history together, but we don't know each other that well, but they're a good bean to me. Thank you very much. You have a good sleep. Get some rest. If you don't leave, I'll keep talking. sort of the job description here. Uh, it's more than across the pond. It's across the other pond. It's wild. That's what I love about the internet is you could just meet people from anywhere. I hate everything about this shoulder. Ah! Maybe I just need to tilt this back to bash the other ones. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe we should have another piece of one poking out the back here. I think the shadows in here are a little too dark, too. I want to bring some of the brightness up around here as well. We're going to smooth this out. I think there was just too much dark on this side. And I don't think there's enough shading in here. You can tell where the layer ends. Where I had stuff painted before, and it just ends. What is happening? Why is my tapering not working? Hello? I'll have to fix that later at some point. Okay, what's going on here? I need to put a base around this heart. And then we need those little clasps that hold it in to its base plate. Bip boop, beep bop. It was nice to meet some new people today. Today's a good day. I'm gonna put those there now. And now to make this gem look more gemmy. Do I know what I'm doing? Absolutely not. We're making shit up as we go. Sometimes you just gotta have the confidence to just fucking go for it. That is already looking 1,000 times better. Oh, it's just roughed in. Get it? Because it's a dog. Ah. Fantasy is Boop my Snoop. It is Boop Snoop. Like the Droop Snoop. But it is the Snoop that gets Boop. Sorry, I didn't see that pop up. I have no idea how long it was there for. I apologize. Gotta be more on top of my Snoop Boops. I didn't get no detail in there. One day we'll be a real artist. Just trying to get themselves to do something in spite of their depression over everything and trying not to crash out. Oh, I know that fantasy. I was just joking. I was just being a silly bean. I have to flip this to work on the side. Thank you for the hydrate and the plaster check. Mouse, please click. There we go. Everybody on Triptine Spines. Woo! 2 shrimps bounced off. Give yourself a little wave back and forth, like seaweed in the ocean cuts. Just stretch out those sides. Make sure to get off your tailbone every once in a while, because I'll tell you, mine's hurting. As always will be. No, not always, but like, I at least will not use AI. Look at how much better that looks already. Just mwah, chef's kiss. At this point, I'm like thinking of redoing every last one of those squares. This one's a little funny right here. We can fix that. Oh, fucking cicadas. I hate them. It's the part of summer that I hate the most. Other than the humidity. Oh, it's looking so good. I think I'm gonna have to move these little bones. This one will tilt. And we have changed so much today. I think that gem looks better than what we had. It's less decorated, but it feels more regal. More elegant, I think. I like the increase in the shadows and the contrast as well. We're getting there. It's more mature. I think I have them too obnoxious and messing up the doggo's walk. All he wants to do is play with them, and they're everywhere. Ugh. Remind me never to go to the south. I think at this point, what I should do is probably design a little piece as an actual square, like a little fancy, more jeweled kind of thing. That's less of a block and then make copies of it and manipulate it to fit in the angles that I want it to without any warping. Because drawing all these squares individually is not working. I can't get the kind of design that I would like. Because we've got all of this beautiful detail in the fur and the wood, and then we just got these plain squares, and I'm not vibing with it. Oop. Trying to zoom out here. I think another spot that I need to fix is in here. I have to repaint a little bit of her ear and stuff. Another rate? What is this? Captain!
Captain Chadathy's boat just docked.
Hope I spelled that right. There we go. Hey, Captain, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for the raid. Thank you for trusting me with your community. Hello, everybody. If you don't know me already, I'm Say. I'm painting a dog. Forever. It's never ending, this dog. I just keep painting it forever. But it's for Necromancer. It's his pepperoni. We're making changes all over the place. So many changes today. These poofy ruffled collars are very difficult, and I've never drawn one before. But I think it's turning out pretty good. Once you're done painting, you go back to the bottom and start painting over again, yeah. That's what it feels like sometimes. I just want to do my best. You're so supportive of my community, so I just, you know, when you commission me, I just go ham, whole hog, try and make it the best that I can. And you're fine with waiting, and I know you're fine with waiting. The other people that have been waiting like a year for their commission, they haven't paid me at all yet. They were supposed to pay me 50% up front, and they never did. So they can wait. They haven't asked me for it. I'm raiding all my streaming friends so we can all grow together. That's great. That's great. I'll have to raid you too. There's someone else I have to raid as well. That I was raided twice today now, which is shocking because we never get raided. How was your stream? What were you doing? I think I've raided you before once. It was like your first stream, I think. Your like microphone was shite and stuff. Tomorrow's 12-hour stream would be a good chance to do so. Neff, thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. Take the last bit of our coffee. You think, you know what I'm gonna do? Everything's falling over. Ugh. Please don't knock over my geisha statue thing. Thank you. We're gonna stand up for a little bit because I need to get off my tailbone. Yeah, you did. I appreciate it so much. Well, I hope you've got a better mic now. I don't often catch streams. Usually once I'm done streaming, I gotta go do other stuff. Like today, I've gotta go do my driving practice, which I really don't want to do because it kind of hurt my back this morning when leaning over the sink because I'm old. And then I gotta go grocery shopping, and when I get back, I gotta search the basement for my Pokemon cards. And, see if I can find the rest of them so that I can get rid of them all at once. Sell them and earn monies. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do for the dog picture is I'm going to design like a little filigree square thing off to the side. I'm going to use the symmetry ruler for that so that I don't have to think. And we'll make a really nice version of that, and then we'll just paint over the old ones and manipulate the new ones into place. I think that'll be the faster and more logical way to do that. That way they'll all be the same. And I won't be fucking around with trying to figure out how to make them all the same, because they will just be all the same. So we're going to paint over all of those squares that I had just recently repainted. Oh, you have a much better mic. It's all official one. Awesome, awesome. Are things going well for you in streaming? I hope they're going well. Taking a 3-week break was difficult for me. I always worry that, you know, we're gonna lose viewers, but I don't know. My community's pretty hardcore. These guys are always here, and they're awesome for it. I am stretching, by the way. I'm just standing here stretching now. You are getting your stretch. Perf, perf! Ah! Why? A posture check. Oh, gotta do the shrimpening. Mouse work, please. That was perfect timing, though. It's like perf. Everybody on shrimp thine spines. Give yourself a little wave back and forth, like seaweed in the ocean currents. Because I'm standing up, we're getting the full body sway. Like knees and everything, all wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh. Yeah, that's what I was streaming in Hearthstone, but primarily I was putting up responsibility for a couple of hours. Fair enough, fair enough. Procrastinating is something we all do. It's human nature. I'm gonna mostly be quiet today. Last night was really bad. Oh, I'm sorry. I am sending hugs. You know you can talk to me if you need to. I might not answer right away, but you can always talk to me if you need to. I don't know why my computer's having so much trouble processing. It's probably because it's getting hot. It's warm today. Temperature check. I can't unshrimp my scoliosis. Try harder! 22 feels like 24, and it looks like a high of 30 today. Don't like that. Don't like those temperatures at all. It's hot in Canada? Wrong. It's viciously reminded why I don't tie myself to large groups. Look, there's going to be problems in every group, even small ones. I mean, I'm not going to say Wisterium's perfect, because it's absolutely not. A high of 30? Yay, sarcasm. It is pretty hot. But it's hotter for you than me. Yeah. It gets pretty hot here. Germany was brutal, but luckily there was no humidity. Except for the day that I arrived. And arriving 12 hours later than I expected to was actually a bonus. Cause it was like 35 with a Humidex that day, and even when I got there, I was like, ugh! But the heat broke that night. Eldritch beings in the trees keep it cool. Jimothy, is that you? Yeah, Canada gets everything from minus 45 to plus 45, because we had 46 degrees on Canada Day with the Humidex, and it was... Yep, Pennsylvania has cryptids. Don't you dare compare Jimothy with the old ones. How do you know he's not one of the old ones? We just never seen him before. Now the squonk is upset. Jimothy is all powerful. You don't know his true strength. When I first saw Jimothy, my response was, yo, new cryptid just dropped. I finally put up some posters in my room. I've only been here since October. I finally started putting stuff up on my walls. Actually, technically, it's not the walls. I put them up on the closet door. But, you know. And a map of Cyrodiil. I had a... From the, like, not Skyrim, but, one of the other Elder Scrolls games came with a map. So I got a map of Cyrodiil up on my wall. / closet door. I'm gonna actually attempt to do stuff. It sounds like a great idea. I am now in the chat mode of art and chat. I have done as much arting as my ADHD brain can handle. Bye-bye! It's good to have you again. 22 there? Yeah, I think it's about 22 here as well. 22 feels like 24. The humidity's going up, though. Now I gotta go driving in the car that has no air conditioning and is literally falling apart. The transmission is starting to go. The gears slip when you go from first to second now if you shift too quickly. It's the car is dying. We need to get rid of it. Luckily, even though the car itself is probably like $100 worth of scrap, the engine in it is one that car dudes really like. So you can sell it for engine parts, and it's worth so much more. So that's what my brother's gonna do. He's gonna sell it for the engine parts, as opposed to as a functioning vehicle. Because the body of the car, honestly, I think you should just start making it out of fiberglass. Just slowly convert everything into fiberglass. And then one day the whole car will just all be fiberglass, holding it together. That's what my dad did with the old Jetta. Why not do it with the current Golf? It's a Golf station wagon. It's one of the long ones. Sent me a DM. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what happened with Good, so. You know how. Yeah, I know how you're feeling. So, yeah. No, it's always the ones who you least expect are the ones who end up being the monsters. So, no, I completely understand, and I understand how frustrating that is. There's going to be monsters in every community. You can't get away from them. There's going to be, you know, people who disagree with one another. Good. Good that she came forward. So how old is the bastard, and who do I need to kill? Or castrate, at least. I can't get away from them, but I can actively not join them. Ugh. 28. Like, come on, man. You know better. Especially in this day and age, when there's much more awareness around people being like, this is wrong. It's a sickness. I really think it's an actual sickness. Like, Mez found out how old I am yesterday, and he was shocked to find out that I was 41. He thought I was in my late 20s, early 30s. And I'm like, well, yeah, why do you think I'd ever make any moves against anyone? Because everybody's like half my fucking age now. He was sent a screenshot of their conversation. He was pulling the I'm gonna off myself if you don't date me. Oh, I hate those people. I'm gonna find him and crush his nuts. Grooming. Grooming is what we're talking about. There's a guy grooming an 18-year-old girl or younger in one of Perf's communities. I hate those people. I want to crush them, castrate them, make them unable to breed or enjoy any other kinds of feelings. Not just castrate, but just chop it all off. It's like, oh, you're a sick fuck? Well, you don't get to keep your bits. And then I get a reminder. Yeah. Like, you can be a screw up, but there's always somebody who's done much worse. You can be a screw up. You can be like me, who can't seem to get their shit together and just like be an adult and, you know, have the adult life of like a job and a family and shit and like stable income. But I've never committed a crime. So there's that. I can at least be proud of myself for being a decent fucking human being. Now I say things like I want to chop off their nuts, but I'm not going to actually do that. And there's always the like innocent until proven guilty, so like you've got to wait. So like the whole thing with Good too. You got to wait. I don't have the answers. I don't have all of the information. I need all of the information. But, you know, I also believe victims. I don't trust the law enforcement, but I believe victims first, always. But above all else, I trust evidence. Worst I've done was a parking ticket by accident. When I said as much, others have told me that was nothing compared to what others have done. Yeah, like, it's a parking ticket. Honestly, parking enforcement are like grammar Nazis. They're just annoying. They're not actually doing anything worthwhile. They're just being annoying. I was on edge less because of what he did. I knew how to handle that. Being a fuck right off, get blocked, get banned, everything. I was worried that I'd find out some people I'm close to weren't going to react appropriately and I'd have to drop them. That's the annoying part. Again, I would, you know, wait for evidence, because there have been cases where, you know, the victim is a liar. And that's the annoying part too. Welcome back, Cora. Hi, more DMs. So many DMs, so many pings. Nice eye, good job. Your painting is getting better. The more you do it, the better it gets. What my friend said, 22 screenshots. Ooh. Yep. That's a, you drop that guy immediately. That fucker can go get fucked. And not in the way that he wants. I have to take a quick break to Little Demon's room. I'll be right back. I've returned. It's not every day someone breaks out what they're going through. It means to say you're being way too hard on yourself. You know, you made a mistake, you're doing better. Stop stabbing yourself over it. Here's the thing, I didn't question it because the person who told me is someone I trust. Like I trust you, fair enough. You wouldn't tell me this if you didn't think there was enough evidence to support it. Or if you didn't, or if you did, you'd not say he was doing this, like you keep an eye on him and that's being accused of. Yep. And that's how I know this person to be. She wouldn't have messaged me with a firm declaration like that if there weren't enough evidence to support it. Fair enough, fair enough. And, you know, that's important to keep in mind. What the thing with Good is, like, we just have what the law is saying. You know, the arrest record, and that's it. That's all we have is the arrest. And we don't have any further information. So we have the accusations from law enforcement, and that's it. And with everything that's going on with, like, AI detection and shit, and, like, AI, you know, charging people with crimes that they couldn't have possibly committed because they weren't even in the same fucking state at the time. I am hesitant to believe anything law enforcement does at this point, especially in America, because they're relying on it so much. And it's happening more often than you'd expect. Into the ads you go, oh no. Rip. Just let me know when you're back. Or if you have a little pop-out window, you can just cheat. But I think that's a Firefox thing. Thank you for watching the ads. God, I've got so much to clean up. I don't even trust the police here in Norway. They're just meh. The police in Norway are probably more trustworthy than the police in the US. That's for sure. Aren't you friends with a police officer? Should probably save this file at some point today. That would be good. I would die if all that work was lost. I would just straight up disintegrate. Because we did a lot of work. Necromancer, thank you for the gifted sub to Parf!
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome Monsterella Marmalade to the island.
Perf, welcome back to NecroCon, the convention that keeps going even if you're dead, especially so. If you pass, you become staff. Forced labor. Thank you, Necromancer, as always, for your support to the channel. You know I love you for it. That's why you get extra work on your paintings. They take an extra long time, but you get, like, top tier, I'm always learning shit work. Which helps me with other commissions. Yeah, Necromancer's a hero. You trust him as a friend, not as a police officer. I don't know, if I was a police officer, I had friends who are like, I don't trust you as a police officer, but as a friend, I'd be like, then you don't trust me. I'd be a bit offended, to be honest. It was my life's dream to become a police officer. Like, I'm glad now that I didn't, and I know that I wouldn't have been a very good police officer because of my anxiety. But, I would be a little bit offended, not gonna lie. Just a tad. Because it's like, you know, not everyone becomes a police officer for a power trip. They become police officers because they legitimately want to help and protect people and do the job that police are meant to do. And it's always so hard when people don't trust us. When our heart's just literally in the right place. I just was not healthy enough to do it. Yeah, but that's just them doing their job. You were just exhausted, but they still have to do their job and check to make sure you're not drunk in public, because that's their duty. Because people who are drunk in public can cause a lot of harm and hurt other people. They weren't being mean. They were just literally doing what they are supposed to do. I wouldn't write off all police officers because of that. It sounds like they were just doing their duty and working hard to keep your community safe from people who are possibly drunk in public. I would look back on how you were treated and maybe consider, were they doing their job or were they actually being mean? One of them was on a power trip, insisted breathalyze was lying at 0. Well, then I would have made it a complaint. I would have said, I want to speak to your supervisor. It's a very easy way to deal with that. You say, well, then I would like to speak to your supervisor. And that usually gets them to shut up pretty fast. And it's like, it's not my fault if you don't trust your equipment. It's very simple. You just say, well, your equipment says 0, and you don't believe it. Not my problem. I would like to speak to your supervisor right now. And if he refuses and just says, oh, whatever, and lets you go, you make a complaint the next day. You get his name, you get his badge number, and you make a complaint. If he refuses to give you his badge number, in most countries that is illegal. So then you know he's doing something wrong. And that's when you just turn and walk away. You say, you have no reason to hold me any longer. Your pretense for stopping me is now over. You have no reasonable suspicion to assume that I am inebriated, drunk, or under any influence. I am just tired and I want to go home. And since you refuse to give me your name, your badge number, or let me speak to your supervisor, you no longer have any constitutional right to hold me. I'm leaving. And then you walk away. That's impressive. 2 kilometers carrying someone, that's impressive. Yeah, you just say you have no right to hold me any longer. Your stop or whatever has been cleared. Your device says 0, then it's 0. He has no more reasonable suspicion to assume, and you just walk away. And if he still decides to detain you or even arrest you under false pretenses, well, that's grounds for a lawsuit. And he could face pretty severe disciplinary action. All you do is, if he tries to arrest you, you just let him. Well, at that point, I would call a taxi and send the bill to the police station. But, you know, it's in the past now, and not all police officers are like that. So, like, just saying, oh, I hate the police because of, like, 1 or 2 bad incidents. Like, most of the time, most officers become officers because they want to do the right thing. They want to help people. It's not like police officers get paid oodles of money like doctors and nurses. And even then, nurses don't get paid nearly enough. But yeah. If I were your police officer friend, I would only be a little bit offended that you don't trust him as a police officer. Because if you know him as a person, then you probably know him as a police officer too. Might also be biased due to knowing a firefighter my whole life. From the police perspective, they hate firefighters because they are the crime scene destroyers. They annihilate crime scenes. It's so funny. Police and firefighters just seem to just dislike one another on a natural level. It's like dogs and cats kind of thing. And that's how you spell biased. I understand you have dyslexia and English is not your first language, but you have the correction now. It's like bias tape. You use in sewing. English is hard. Funny thing is that my police friend's little sister's a firefighter, man. Do they tease one another? Yeah, they do. I wouldn't say that police and fire actually hate each other. I think it's more of a friendly rivalry kind of thing. They just like to poke fun at one another. It's like Navy versus Army. It's sort of a friendly, yeah, in Marines. But the Air Force is just doing its own thing in the background. It's just like the paramedics. They're just doing their own thing. They're like, yeah, we'll just let everybody else fight. It's fine. Honestly, the dynamic amuses me. I'm getting some makeup tips from a guy. Kareem's player, Edward. He's giving me makeup tips for my LARP kit. Army are not ready for the Marines yet. Yep. The Marines have stick up their ass about things. I don't want to go driving. I hate driving. I really don't want to go driving. I keep looking at the clock and I'm like, it's getting closer. I don't want to. I hate it. I especially hate driving that car. It's long. It's clunky. It's falling apart. All three know if one of them gets hurt, one of them will hurt an emergency. The one that hurt that emergency worker will pay with pain. Absolutely. No, that's the thing about the emergency services is they like to have their little rivalry going on, but at the end of the day, they all take care of each other. It's like siblings that can tease one another, but if an outsider tries, oh heck no. Not my siblings who don't. Yep, Cheese and I are like that too. Adapt and overcome is the Marine slogan. Be all that you can be. Yep, we done a lot of work today. I like where the ruffle collar is heading to. I had to fix the perspective on it. It was a wee bit off. This little Navy commercial that played so many goddamn times in the early 2000s. I don't know, I wouldn't have seen it. I grew up without cable television, so I only had Canadian local networks. Yeah, it was Navy. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm feeling a bit tired and having a little bit of a minor internal panic about driving. I really shouldn't, but I do. So I think we're gonna raid someone. Oh, Doodle is on. We can raid Doodle. How is it that I have 23 viewers? What the heck? There's 23 people here. Christ. Hi, everybody. Oh my god. How are people still watching? I don't understand this. But while we still have all of these wonderful people, we're gonna raid Doodlebug. Is it? Yes. There's a little S on the end there. So that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for coming today. We're off sailing to other waters. May you wash ashore in distant lands and find new adventures. I'm gonna go have a minor panic attack while I go driving. But we did a lot on Doggo today. I'll do a little bit more work tomorrow as well. Hopefully we'll be done this soon, and then I'll be working on a book cover for a friend, which I will be getting paid fairly well for, because I know he pays very well for all the commercial rights. So, that's it. Y'all have a good day now. And remember, I love you. Bye-bye.